Okay, July 1946. This is the German turn. I have a couple of combats. Most of them are just walk-ins, but one of them may entail some rolling. In fact, one of them will. We'll see what happens. It's kind of a Hail Mary, so I'm just going to show you what I did here. Oh, what do I have? I left that on there from last turn. All right, so Germany takes part of its fleet out of here. Oh, before I even start with that, let's do a correction. I cannot remember who gave me the comment. Excellent comment. On Italy's turn, last turn, I had used this as a screening force to take out the coastal sub the Russians had and move this transport forward. I moved it 2 spaces. And apparently I can only move it 1. So in order to do that, I took out Crete here instead from the British. It's worth no money, but I've done that. As a result, I'm leaving my sub and my destroyer behind in case the Russian subs decide to attack. Or the American sub. Oh, no, the American does not have the range. But in case the Russian subs decide to take that out, I won't leave that transport completely undefended. So we've moved a battleship and a light cruiser and a transport in here with 2 Marines. We've attacked northern Caucasia for 3. That's just a walk-in. I've already moved them up the board on that. And this one here is an attack at 5. So I've got 1 Marine attacking at 1 in mountains versus 1 infantry at 4 on the land. My Hail Mary is I'm hoping that my battleship will hit at 4. If it does, I have a chance. If not, then that Marine's probably just going to get slaughtered unless it flukes out and gets a 1 and these guys don't get a 4. But I needed to take some money off the Russians and give myself 1, and $5 change there, it's worth the cost. Let's see, what did we all do? The infantry and artillery that were in Istanbul have walked into Anatolia. One of the tanks that was in Romania has railed down here to Anatolia. Okay, what else did we do? We built 2 infantry here, railed 2 infantry here, and railed 1, my 4th rail move in Europe, tank to Berlin. The other tanks that were in Germany have all congregated in Berlin. Mostly it's been non-combats over here. I do have 1 combat up in Poland, but I'll show that in a second. So the infantry that was here has moved to here. The infantry that were in Picardy have moved to Alsace-Lorraine. The artillery that were in Paris have moved to Alsace-Lorraine. We built 6 infantry here. We built 5 here. We built 5 here and reinforced with 2 stacks of 3 from here into West Germany. I need to build myself some defenses for these Russian tanks. I'm just going to move it over a little bit more. We built 5 infantry in here, and actually we built 6 in each of these. So 6 and 5 for 17. And I built a total of 17, 18, 19, which means I'm building 6 in here. Plus I had 2 that were sitting around in there, and I got my 1 from the Spanish Civil War for free as well. So that's what happened there for my builds. One of the infantry that's in East Prussia has walked into West Poland for $1 and taken that. That one's also uncontested. Oh, I started showing my Russian moves forward, so I should probably move them back to where they came from. I was starting to do my Russian move as well, and that's inappropriate at this point in time. There we go. That is what we had. Okay, so I have 2 rolls to do. So this is just a walk-in. So that's 4 that they've moved up, so they're now at 51. And Russia's down to 52. The big question here is, do we fluke out and do we knock down Russia $5 extra? If not, then this is going to be very costly for the Germans. Actually, they're going to lose one Marine for $4. So let's see what we get here. We are going to roll 1 at 4 for the coastal bombardment. I can't even see that. That's a 12. Okay, that's a total failure. All right. So we're going to roll 1 black for the German, and I got a red dice for the a red and yellow dice for the Russians. So the German is black at 1. And it's a 7 and a 6. That's misses. Ooh, we got a hit, and Russia failed. I did not expect that. I will take that as the German player. So that is $5 changed to Russia. So Russia goes down from 52 to 47. And Germany goes from 51 to 56. That is kind of fluky. I'm not going to hold those next turn probably. But it is a diversion to make Russia have a reason to move somewhere else and not hammer German home country. Germany needs a turn or two to build. And if it relieves some Russian pressure, then it can possibly deal with some Allied pressure. One or the other has to go, otherwise Germany is toast. And that is specifically why I'm still playing this game right now, even though I've timed out. I thought about doing the variable ending, but I figured, you know what, we'll just play to the end because I'm not sure what Germany's going to be able to do. And we got one more thing I got to do. I'm just going to roll the wartime income for Germany here. Oh, fluky, a 6 and a 4. They got $10. So I'm just going to show you my German income there. I had them at 51, and they get their $3 bonus for Sweden and $3 for Romania for 6. But they just gone up 5 more, so they're at 56. And then they get another 10 for wartime economy, so 56 to 66. Add another 6, they are at 72. Nice chunk of change for Germany for next turn. Very lucky. I'm shocked that that worked out. And now I got to figure out my Russian turn, because I did not see that coming when I finished the last turn. We shall see. We shall see what Russia does here. I also have to remember that Romania is rather weak. There are, let's just move that forward a little bit here. There are 10 advanced mechs and 5 tanks here that can hit Romania, or they can go that way. They have to make a decision. Do they go at the German home country? They won't reach. The most they can go is 2, so they can take these 2 stacks out. But then you're leaving Romania in the back. Maybe a build for it. Russia's, this game is interesting that way. You can pick one, you can do anything, but you can only do 1 or 2 things at a time. Because you only have so much money. And the rules are pretty expansive, so it gives you a lot of options. But right now, Russia is winning in the north there in Finland. It's kind of winning in through Poland. It's not really, it has a chance to win over here, but then it has to decide, does it win over here too? Like, in order to take this back, it's going to have to retreat from cars and giving this to the Italians and Germans, or possibly the Allies, even if the Allies get involved. The Allies can declare war on Russia as well, since Russia's taken some places that are not connected to home country, specifically Iraq, and Syria. They could have given that back to the French, but they haven't, so the Allies have the opportunity to declare war on them. We'll see. Plus, the Russians are losing some income over here. My apologies. I had already started doing my Russian turn, and then I figured, no, I got to film these one at a time. So we'll do that. Japan has made some serious inroads into Russian income last turn. So Russia has the choice of defending its home country or taking someone else's, or taking these territories here, or defending its home country. It's only got so much money, so many units, so Russia's got a bit of a pickle to figure out here. We shall see what they do. I'm not even sure what I would do as Russia yet, so, or what I even can do. What can I reach? All right, leaving it there. All right, it's the Russian turn. We will be attacking a third place in Finland with 2 infantry and a tank. I'm coming from the north. These borders, like the Roundels, got no marsh in it, so technically there's no marsh border, even though there's a marsh border printed on the map. I'm not sure what's going on with the new rules for that, but we'll figure it out. I thought about attacking this, but I'm not going to. I can't blitz into the fortification. That's probably the only way I would have taken those tanks out of there. This is a reinforcement. Everything that was here and here and here has all moved together into there. We've brought these 5 advanced mechs out of Moscow, including an air transport delivering infantry from Moscow and then parking with this stack of units over here. What else did we do? We attacked 1 tank and 2 advanced mechs into East Poland. I can't remember if Eastern Ukraine was taken last turn. I'll have to review my my stuff there. I might have kicked around a lot of there, or Russia might have taken that. I'll have to double check before I finalize the turn here. Okay, and Russia is also going to take whatever else was left over here and attack Romania with 6, 7, 8, 9 advanced mechs and 4 tanks. It's not a blitz, so they can bring as many as they want. All right, and over here, I'm rail moving a factory from Novosibirsk. I'm pretty much going to decide that I would rather gobble up the money from... These are my 2 rail moves to move that factory over here, so I'm going to... I'd rather gobble up this money here than waste the time and effort defending it from Japan on the other side. All right, and especially when I have a third front open over here. So this tank and 2 mechs have gone. 1, no blitz, and then into the mountains for 2. And these infantry have come out of Azerbaijan or Kars. I can't remember which one, and moved in to assault that spot. I may not be successful, but that is the only units that could reach that, and for the $5 it's worth. The Germans fluked out and got it. Maybe we can fluke out and get it. All right, so that is the attacks. Oh, I'm also doing 1 attack here with this, with the 2 submarines. One that came just outside Gibraltar in 79, one from 80. They're both going to try and take out the submarine destroyer and transport while they have the opportunity. Otherwise, these subs are just sitting around. There's no point convoying for $1 when the Americans are probably going to do it. This is a more effective use of the income, or the subs there, I think. And the builds are going to be 14 advanced mechs, 2 infantry, 2 militia, and 2 tanks. And they'll be quite simple. I cannot build at this factory I just moved, but I can build at all my other factories, so we'll figure it out. Including the minor factory I have here in Germany. That'll be a militia and an infantry, and this minor factory here in Warsaw will be the same thing. We just want to try and hold as much as we can, get as many units just close to the front as possible. And if I can start building units here next turn, they'll be able to move into Germany a lot faster. All right, so that is the Russian turn. Now it's time to do some rolling. I'm going to have to go to the other side of the table for that. There's just too much stuff going on. So let's roll these subs first. That's 2 subs versus a sub and a destroyer. So I don't get first strike. I believe the subs get first strike on defense, but they need a 1 for that, so we'll find out what happens. So 2 black submarines. We'll do 1 defending submarine, and let's find a color that doesn't match. And this, oh sorry, 2 black attacking submarines. We'll do this as the submarine, and or this is the destroyer, and this is the submarine for the Germans. I need 3 3s and I need 1 4. Well, I definitely didn't get any 3s, and I didn't get any 3s there, and this is not a 4, so let's do that for round 2. You might need, nope, the destroyer got a hit, and the German sub got a hit, but the 2 Russian submarines missed. So there we go, that's resolved. No losses for the Axis. Unfortunately, the Russians lost their 2 submarines. Alright, let's move on to something else here. I can't see what you can see, so let's just move this over this way. Let's resolve this one up here. It's 2 infantry and a tank versus a militia. I'll just do the same thing, only the blacks will be the infantry, the orange will be the militia, and the blue the tank. I don't know if you really care to see every single roll I do, but just in case, that's why I'm putting out these little videos. And everything missed. So round 2. And like I was saying, the new rules with the terrain, since there's no terrain on this, the being printed on the map means nothing. This one does. So I don't know. Alright, our infantry got a hit, the militia missed, and that's all we needed. So there we go. The Russians will take that one for $1. So Germany goes down to 55, and Russia goes to 48. Now, I don't have any other attacks here except for Romania. Let's move you back a little bit. Got too many dudes in the... So Romania here, we've got a stack of 9 advanced mechs, 4 tanks. They're all attacking into a mountain zone because this round is surrounded by mountains. Against 4 infantry and 1 artillery that is advanced. So I'm going to roll the advanced artillery. It's a 3, so it's a hit. So that's a first strike since it's the first round. So we'll just take off one of these mechs. Alright, now let's roll our attack. We got 4 tanks at 5. 2 hits. We got 6, 7, 8 mechs left. At 3. And we got 1, 2, 3 more hits. So that is 5 hits. That's all we needed. There's, I believe, no. We need 1 more hit. 1 more hit. That's all 5 infantry gone, though. So, let's roll our 5 infantry in defense. And they're at 4, and we got 2 hits. So we'll take off 2 advanced mechs. Oh, running away from me. And 5 infantry. Alright, easy peasy. Now we just got 4 tanks. 5. No hits. Alright, and we've got We've got 5, 6, 7 mechs. Thought I had 2 hits on them, and I rolled 8. I must have had more. I've got 6, yep. I've got 6. 2, 4, 6 at 3, and I got 1 hit. That's all I needed. So the artillery and defense at 4 is a hit at 3. So, alright, we'll take off 1 more advanced mech, so they only have 5 left, 4 tanks, and this is now Russian. So Russia moves from 48. Take a look at what's going on here. Russia moves from 40. Can I reach that? Yeah. From 48 to 51, and Germany goes down 3 more to 52. All right. So let's slap down a Russian roundel on that one as well. And now over here, can't see what you can see. Oh yeah, there they are. So let's try this one here with the 2 infantry first. It's possibly going to be a failure. I'm going to use the blue for the Marine here. In defense at 4 and 2 attacking into mountains. Well, let's find that roundel. Yeah, it's surrounded by mountains. Attacking into mountains, they're 1, so we got 1 hit by the Marine, no hits by the infantry. So let's try that again. The Marine got another hit, and that is done. So the Germans are going to keep Transcaucasia for 5. Let's see what happens in here. We've got 2 mechs and a tank. I'm going to roll the tank as green, the Marine as blue, and the 2 mechs as blacks. It's mountain again, so everything is going to be -1 on the defense. The Marine got a hit, the tank did not, and the mechs rolled a 3. That's all they needed, so that's a success. So the Marine got a hit. Let's lose a mech. And let's remove the roundel, and that's worth 3. So that moves Russia down 3 more, or Russia up 3 more from 51 to 54, and Germany down from 52 to 49. So that is the grand total of what happened. Now to place my builds, I'm going to throw 5 in here. 5 in here. I'm going to throw 2 tanks and 4 mechs in the capacity of the major and the minor here. These were in case I need to chip out my mechs. Alright, so we're building 5 advanced mechs, 5 advanced mechs, 4 advanced mechs, 2 tanks, and then we're going to place an infantry and a militia up here, and an infantry and a militia in Warsaw. So Germany's not looking too healthy right now. So that's the Russian turn, more or less. I do have wartime economy for Russia. So let's just see what happens. 8. All right. 8 is handy. And Russia gets its 5 bonus. 2 for the line up north and 3 for the cities. And then it's going to collect $54. Take a buck out of that, which brings it up to 67 in total for Russia. Oh, I missed my convoy raid. So let's see what happens over there. Black attacker. Well, they definitely took +2 on that, so they can only take 3, so we'll take $3 right out of the German fund right now. So we'll just slap $3 in the C zone there to show we took it off the Germans. I had to make some change there. So they were successful for 3. They couldn't take any more, so that's what we did. So that is the Russian turn. I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way here. So I believe I said Russia collects 67. I can't remember if I added in my wartime economy to that. Yeah. All right. So, what we now have is a bit of a problem on this side with Japan. I wanted to get the factory out of here so Japan couldn't use it, and I didn't want to destroy it. So I moved it to the western front there. I'm going to probably relocate this dude to here. And this guy's in a city, so he'll defend better against that one there. There's no money in this section right in the middle here. So for that reason, I'm willing to keep all my forces where the money is. And there's way more money here. And I'd like to take over China and reestablish China, but I just don't have the means to do it right now. So let's just take out one thing at a time. I've already made up for the money I lost on this side. Was it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I think this one's worth 2, 8, 9, right? So there's $9 I could lose over there. And with Romania, Warsaw, Germany, Finland, all that, I've already more than made up my money. And there's more money in reach over here. Like there's 2 here, 1 there, 2, 3. Stuff's in my range here, so I'm going to focus on that instead at the moment. And if I can get the Allies, let me just stop waving my camera around. If I can get the Allies to give me a hand with more pressure on this side, I think that will be more effective. So that is my plan. And let's see if it works out. I've never had Germany successfully get crushed without the game ending before it fully happened. But I've also never had a Germany, well, no, I have, but that was because of the France thing, and I think that's going to be the same thing. Usually Germany's almost impossible to crack unless it fails at taking France. I just wanted to see how this works. All right, I'll leave it there. It's the Japanese turn, 21, July 46. And I got a bit of a build here I'm going to do. I'm going to build a Lend-Lease fighter for Germany, 2 regular mechanized, 2 regular Marines, 2 elite Marines, 1 fighter for Japan. And we're going to start 2 heavy battleships again, and a fleet carrier, and build a destroyer. So that's the full build for this turn. There's a few land attacks that are happening, so I'm going to show those up here first. The infantry that was in here walked into here so that this guy can't run into there and block stuff. The infantry that was in here in Amur and Western Manchuria have moved into Chita. The Russians are kind of retreating and at the same time trying to fight units. Japan has moved these 3 tanks, 1, 2. They've moved these 2 light tanks, 1, 2. This one's a mountain because apparently that's what the roundels are for. So this guy attacked into an empty mountain zone, so he's going to successfully take that as well. And this one non-combat moved from here to there. I forgot to do something with this fighter. I'm not sure what my range is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to land. So I'm going to send this guy down into that combat down there as well. I haven't used my fleet card yet. I have another combat down at the bottom here. So what I'm doing is everything that was here will be moving down here. The carriers will be moving non-combat to join this. This is my bombardment. These are my transports. I was going to set up a fleet card, but regardless, I have 4 tacticals and a fighter that are going to be involved in the attack down here. We've got 5 infantry that came out of here. We've got 4 light tanks and a motorized infantry. And then the 4 infantry that came out of here. We're also amphibiously assaulting with 3 elite marines and 5 infantry, which will have to take the hits first. We're sending that fighter down from Suyen, I think so. And we're sending in the fleet that's going to attack that and reinforce. Everything has long range, so I'm good there. I did successfully gain advanced anti-submarine warfare. The Germans had gained on advanced anti-submarine warfare as well. And the Russians moved forward on jet fighters. So far, it's been pretty pathetic for their tech. All 3 of them only got 1. And it's pretty boring to watch me roll for tech over and over and over again. So I'm doing it separately since I'm doing the whole thing here. So we also have another combat here. We've got a fighter and a destroyer that are going to try and take out that Japanese sub, or the Russian sub, sorry. And we've got 2 destroyers that took the elite marines off of there to amphibiously assault Sarawak, I think it's called. And we're throwing in a fighter, and these 2 regular marines are land attacking across. We've got 2 bombardments. Actually, I'm going to throw 1 more of those regular marines into the amphibious assault. Because why not? I'd rather lose 1 of them than the elite marines. So we'll do it that way. So only 1 marine's walking across from Borneo. And we will hopefully succeed at that as well. And that is the full Japanese turn. So what I'm going to do is, there's no rolling up here. This is worth nothing. So we'll take that one. There's no, we'll take that one with the Japanese rumble. There's no rolling here, so we'll take that one. There's no rolling here, so we'll take that one. And just like that, Japan has gone up to 51. Then Russia's gone down to 52. So that's that. Now I got some rolling to do on the south side of the map. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything down there and see what happens. I don't have any bonuses that are coming out of this or anything, but I'm staging myself up for an amphibious assault and a land assault on either British Malay, Calcutta, something in here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So let's just set you up like this so you can see both my assaults. And you can kind of see my rolling board. If you really care about the dice, my apologies, but it's not the biggest deal to me whether you see all the dice or not. When you're playing yourself, why cheat? It's boring. I like to see what weirdness can happen. And some of these dicey rolls have been amazingly weird and changed my plan. So let's do this one first here. So we've got a fighter at 6, a destroyer at 4. The submarine has a chance to submerge, but I'm going to give it a chance to see what the attackers do first here. So the fighter got a hit. So in that case, why would you submerge? Because you can't. Let's see if we can't take out a destroyer at 3. And we did. So that was successful for the Japanese. And the Russians took out a destroyer at the same time, which is kind of a success for them as well. I forgot to roll that with Russia because I didn't even see that unit. I mean, if I wanted to go back and edit turns, I could have done that, but the joy of this game is the mistakes you make, which somebody else has the opportunity to capitalize on, or accidentally interrupts somebody else's main attacks. So this plane will be returning to the carrier there. Now let's do this one here. We've got 2 battle cruisers attacking at 3. No hits with the bombardment. We've got a fighter at 6. That is a miss. We've got 2 elite marines attacking in jungle at 2. They miss. And we've got 2 marines, 1 amphibious, 1 not at 1. They both miss as well. 2 militia at 2. Thankfully they missed. 2 at 2 for the elite marines. 2 for the regular marines. We got 1 hit there. We got a 1. And let's roll that fighter at 6 for a second hit. Do they defend? Let's find out. 2 at 2. They got a 3 and a 7, so they missed. All right. So Sarawak. No, that is Sarawak. There we go. Sarawak is $1 from the FEC. So I need to split this up somehow. Hey, look at that. I got a marine up there. I'm just going to put a chip down where I'm going to place that marine. We have, actually we had 2 that walked in. One walked in, 1 floated in, and they both stayed alive. So I'm just going to put these 2 like that, these 2 like that. Put the fighter back on the carrier. Done. All right. So now the fun part is, this one was a success and a failure. This one was a straight success, rare. I thought I was going to lose a bunch of dudes, because... All right, now let's do this. 2 heavy battleships bombarding at 5. 3 cruisers at 2. No hits from the heavies. And 1 hit from the cruiser. So they're down to 2 militia. I know this is overkill, but it's also a placement for the next turn. Okay, so we've got 4 light tanks attacking at 3 in the jungle. No hits. I'm just going to roll my 4 tacticals at 7. 1 hit. Oh, this is not looking good. 2 fighters I managed to bring along. 1 hit there, so we're done. I don't want to roll that stack of infantry. That means I have to count it. Now let's see if they kill any of my amphibiously assaulting marines. 2 at 2 in defense, and a 9 and a 10 does not do it. So the FEC is going to lose another $1. So that's 2. And I'm just going to throw these 2 white chips underneath the light tank, because it's going to get busy in here. So we've got 3 light tanks. Let's just eliminate that stack of regular infantry that's landing and turn it into 14. This is gone. And then we'll put these 3 elite marines down there as well. All right, so that is gone for the FEC. So the FEC from that will move down 2 from 13 to 11. Japan moves up 2 from 51 to 53. And that is all my land attacks. And most of my non-combat moves have been done as well. I have non-combat moved 4 infantry out of Cominturn into this stack here. We're going to just plant this fighter right here in Anatonkin as well. I've cleaned out Cochin, China, and I've walked 1 infantry out of Cominturn into Hong Kong. What else did I do? I already showed my non-combat moves up at the top there. So what's actually happened is this entire fleet of carriers is down in here as well. So I have a separate fleet here around Borneo, and the rest of my main fleet is up here. And because I didn't use these and they stayed parked at a shipyard the entire turn, they are no longer damaged. So I'm going to place my destroyer here, 2 Elite Marines here along with the fighter. We're going to place 2 mechanized up here in Rihe, and we're going to place the 2 Marines down here in Kwang Tung at the factory. So thankfully that gets my stuff more in range, so it's easier to scoop them up. And provided I don't get counterattacked, that leaves me with 5 advanced Marines and 4 regular Marines to use next turn in the general area where my fleet is. All right. Okay, so Japan needs to do some wartime economy at 7. All right, 7 for that. Plus it's making 53, so that makes it 60. And then I'm going to get a few bonuses here. I'm going to get a bonus for Java at +2, a bonus for Borneo at +2 for 4. I get a bonus for the Philippines for +2 for another 6. And then Hong Kong 7, Kwangtung's 8, Hunan, Shantung, and Peking. So that gives me another, what did I say there? I was at 8 + 5 for 13. So that bumps me up to $73 for Japan. So 73 with the wartime economy and the bonuses. All right, so that is a handy Japanese turn. Hopefully they can hold on to some of this stuff. As we've seen, they like to roll really well sometimes and roll really bad sometimes. So $73, and that is the end of the Japanese turn. Okay, I forgot to show how my Lend-Lease is going to show up. I have 2 options. They're both the same distance, and I get to pick the shorter route, and I'm going to pick port to port. So I'm going to send it from one of the ports here across and then over through the Panama. Oh, they can close the Panama, can't they? So I can't do that. I'd have to go all the way down and around. See, that's why you got to figure out whether something's open or closed, right? Japan is at war with the U.S., so the U.S. would close the Panama. That changes things a little bit. Now I need to go this way, shortest route possible, which means, but this is going to be closed to me as well, so I can't go that way. See, now it gets complicated. So then I have to take the shortest route possible, which is all the way around and up to so I either go around Africa or I go around South America. Both routes were 16 if I went through either canal. So now my question is, what's faster to go around? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, sorry. And that eliminates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that one's only two longer, so that would be 18 in distance. Now I got to count this one. So I would end up starting from one of these ports, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's actually faster to go around this way. Tells me to take the shortest route possible. So it's faster to go around South America than it is to go around Africa. So that's the way I'm going to go. And there's no subs on my route because almost everybody's lost their subs. So the Japanese Lend-Lease of a fighter is going to have to go all the way through the Pacific, around South Africa, touching Antarctica almost, and come up and around and arrive at home country. What an insane trip from port to port. So it is, and there was no submarines on the way, so nothing got interdicted. And there was no combat air patrol in the way, so that didn't interdict it as well. So the land lease just happened. Man, that's complicated. But I get it, right? And these closed canals are what really affected it. And I would have taken it through a rail down the middle, but there is no rail that connects the two that isn't owned by Russia. So that's just not going to happen. Oh, and this guy's done, so I should probably get him off to the side and land down. All right, so that is how I had to do my land lease to Germany from Japan. No wonder it didn't happen very often in real life.